Good morning, good afternoon and good evening all. I hope you are well. This is Yorkie065 and today I'm bringing you a 5-lap sprint race from Albert Park, Melbourne. This is one of many races that I did last night, but this is probably the most intense and exciting race from that evening with a mix of good action pretty much from start to finish. So today I'm in the Toro Rosso with the rather ridiculous driver's gloves. They're a bit vibrant in colour and don't really go with the rest of the race suit that the driver's wearing. So just fiddling with the car setup here. This is what I do roughly for most tracks. There's a few track specific setups that I have, but the majority of them are run in this sort of format. Not quite a full dry setup, but near enough. I like to have a little bit of extra turning, and also a little bit of cornering grip. It's just the way I prefer the car to handle when I drive. So here we are, going out onto the track. And as you may have seen in the car monitor, it's saying that I start in 10th out of 10th place, but as you can see here, I'm not. There's 2 cars behind me, and 2 people disconnected at the start of the session. I think they're both at the front of the grid, so there seems to be 2 cars missing. Just waiting for the lights. It's 4th, it's 5th, they go out pretty quick, get a decent start. Shift it up into 2nd gear when you hit about 60 miles an hour, and basically just taking the cautious approach down to turn 1. They get a little bump from behind. We have cars spinning out left, right and centre, just trying to avoid them, backing off the throttle. A narrow on the run down to turn 3, side by side with the Sauber. I brake relatively early with the cars in front, don't want to cause a pile up myself here, to come awfully close to the Sauber. Running a little bit wide due to the lack of downforce. Running in the slipstream of the cars ahead as the Red Bull hits the wall on the right hand side there. Just about managing to squeeze past. As Williams goes wide and spins out, I go round the back of him, avoiding that, and I'm now up into 5th place. Basically hunting down for the lead, as I think the Sauber knocks the Lotus there, sending it straight on, gaining me another place. So I'm now up into 4th. As we come down into sector 3 now, just trying to be nice and smooth through this section. As the Sauber appears to be rather slow through that second section. He gets a pretty poor exit, and I'm just steam down the outside of him. So now, hunt down 2nd and 1st. So right behind this Lotus. Have a little look on the inside here, but I think better of it, and the guy does end up cutting across the front of my nose, trying to defend me. So I use the curves coming out the final corner, get a good run, good slipstream out of the start finish. He gives me a tap there as I try to come past. I don't think he quite realised that I was actually there. So there is quite a bit of a difference, some poor synchronisation between drivers. So he probably thought I was behind, and then as soon as he felt the contact, moved back over to the left. So I managed to maintain the place, now hunting down 1st. Just trying to keep nice and smooth, keep a solid pace, try not to make any mistakes. Hitting the apexes, doing that quite nicely, 0.4 seconds behind the McLaren in front. It looks a little bit closer now. Probably gained a little bit of time for these couple of corners. I use more of the curves, try and maintain that gap to him. Get a nice bit of slipstream. Kind of look to the outside, but he ended up coming across back in front of me and back out of it once again. Trying to stay nice and close to him. Ready for the start finish straight. That's where I was planning on making my move. So I've got saving a little bit of my curves left for that. So almost hit him at the back there. Stayed nice and close short shift up into fourth, use the curves on the exit, grab a bit of the slipstream, so move to the inside. He comes across to the right with me and actually squeezes me over to right up against the inside of the track. I have to brake earlier as the corner is a lot tighter and there's very little chance of me making the apex at any sort of speed and maintaining both the position and whilst I stay on the track as it runs wide there. I managed to slip up the inside, taking advantage of this slow corner entry. I just about managed to hold it on the outside, get it past cleanly, gave him a little bit of room just in case he needed it. As he comes up the inside here and I turn out, try and avoid any contact, which cost me both first and second. So now I've got to make those places back, a little bit of dirt on my tyres, but not to worry as I know I'm quicker than these two, or at least I feel a lot quicker than these two. I have the confidence, I think, to take them quite easily as the Lotus runs wide, gets on the grass and smashes into the wall, no doubt destroying his front wing. So that's his chance of taking the race win out the window. So now I've got to close that gap back up to McLaren up ahead. I think I'm just out of DRS zone. Just out of DRS. It's already gone past the detection point. There's a DRS activation there. I don't have it. So let's see how close I am. I'm now 0.7 seconds behind the McLaren. So obviously over a second when I went past the DRS detection point, which is the third corner from the end, just in the entry to that. I've obviously gained 3/10, because again I closed right up to him through that third corner. That tight right-hander appears to be rather slow throughout. I think he's lacking a bit of confidence. So I look to the inside, see if I can pull off the move that he does, and he brakes, locks the front wheel, try the undercut, then I have to back out as he squeezes me there up against the line. I don't want to dip my car onto the grass. I get a reasonably good exit out here, using the curves, getting a good slipstream, but the game lags and drops me back a bit. Fortunately, it was only about half a second that I lagged there, but it was still enough for him to pull out a good 5 or 6 car lengths ahead of me. It's unfortunately something that's plagued probably about 9 out of 10 races that I participate in online, both league and normal races. So get a little bit wobbly there on the exit, and rear end steps out. Just about managed to hold on to it without losing too much time. Put my foot to the floor, but the dirty tyres, the rear end steps out again, but I have DRS, so that's 1 plus. Now running the highest fuel mixture, and I've got 3.5 seconds to gain to catch up, as Melbourne has 2 DRS zones leading onto one another. The same detection point, you must add. So if you get past in the first detection zone, you still have DRS for the second. Set the fastest first sector, but lock up the rear wheel, dipping onto the locking up the front left, sorry, dipping it onto the grass. I managed to gain about 7-8 tenths to McLaren ahead. Just wide on the exit there, dipping the wheel onto the grass again, which is never good. Always decreases the amount of grip that you have. Now 2 seconds up on my previous best. Again, running wide. Coming through that corner, didn't quite get the transition of the weight transfer quite right. See that fast left-hander. If you're not too sure what I'm talking about, make sure to check out the Melbourne track guide. So go over it there. So I'm gonna have to take second, but I'm going for the fastest lap as well. Try and gain some XP through that, which I do. Get a 127.161, and there's the final result, finishing 2.7 seconds behind. So I did only manage to gain 7-8 tenths on the McLaren ahead, so I lost a tenth through the second sector. the Ferrari finishing 5.3 seconds behind me. So there's my little Red Bull helmet, looking all nice and cinematic at the end there. And that's the video. So if you enjoyed it, please give it a like. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below, and make sure to also subscribe and also share the video. And also check out the channel and any previous videos I've done. Also, if you fancy it, feel free to add me on Twitter. The link to it is in the description below, and you can see all the crap that I post during the day. It's mostly videos that I like on YouTube, but I do also have some news and other posts that I put up. So make sure to check back Monday, as I have my in-depth track guide for then. Until then, take care.